Hi everyone, my name is Trevor Christensen. I'm a filmmaker and photographer. I work at a company called Zenovate where I'm an editor and filmmaker there. I want to talk a little bit about my experience with mental health and just dealing with the pandemic. I have been someone who's been going to therapy and been on depression medication since I was a teenager. And so mental health and discussions around mental health with my friends or family are pretty common for me. On March 12th, I wrote in my newly minted pandemic diary some fears I had. They were in that diary, I listed them as my worst fears. It was to have to move back to Utah. I was living in LA at the time, freelancing, and to have to quit my freelancing career and get a job. And then about 6 weeks later, I realized that I was going to have to move to Utah again, and I was going to have to quit freelancing and look for a job because the floor fell out under me. All this work that I'd booked up throughout the year just went away because there are so many unknowns with this pandemic. And that was really hard, and that did send me into a depression. But I also was really lucky to land in a place like Utah where the quality of living is really high, where I have a really great, tight community that is close by. And there was, and I even lucked out and got a job really easily, which I'm really grateful for through this whole thing. I even now, at my company Zenovate, I produce a digital wellness product that is to help people eat better, stretch, exercise, do yoga, even self-massage. And so it's fun to be able to work on a mental health product all day. I was really scared at first having to move back home because it felt like I was losing everything I'd worked for. But the thing I realized is that while I don't know what the future holds, even though I felt like a failure at the time having to get a job and move back to Utah, I do know that work isn't for nothing. And so the pandemic, it felt like it stripped some identity from me. But, you know, if you've lost something during the pandemic, it doesn't mean that the experience you've had won't help you do the next thing. And I'm someone who really just wants to be doing the next thing and is always excited for the next project. And that's a thought that's really gotten me through this is, you know, even if your company is going under or if things are radically changing for you and you're having to regroup and reboot, this experience will make you stronger and it will add to your personal life and your family life. And maybe it's the kind of thing that pushes you to realize, like, I actually need therapy. I have a lot of anxiety or depression. It could be a good thing that it led you there. And that could be a thing that you could, you know, grow from and be grateful from even in the future. So I guess I just want to leave you with a message of hope. It's a scary time. There's a lot of unknowns, and I'm just trying to see it as an opportunity to embrace those unknowns and become aware of what I can control and the many, many things that I can't, and decide that that's enough for my life. Just to, you know, some days it's just putting one foot in front of the other and not being too hard on yourself. So I appreciate you listening.